Today's housing market update is critical, and most people are going to completely miss it. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly what's happening right now with inventory, home prices, and buyer demand, and explain this massive shift that we're seeing for buyers and sellers in 2025. Mortgage rates are moving, inventory is changing. I'm about to give you the inside scoop to the latest housing market data that most people are missing. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Jason Ferrier. I've been grinding as a real estate agent and investor in Central Ohio for the last 7 years. This is real information, no BS, the straight scoop about the housing market. Thanks for watching today. Let's get started. So there's really 3 parts to our update today. One, we're going to look at the latest Redfin article. They just put it out this morning. Then we're going to look at some national housing data from Redfin. And then finally, we're going to wrap up with some metros. So if you have a metro you want me to analyze or even a county, drop it in the comments below. I'm happy to do it on the next Redfin video. And today we're doing Columbus, we're doing Cincinnati and Cleveland because I'm from Ohio. We're also doing Toledo, Ohio. Somebody asked for that. I also have with me, I've got Nashville, Chicago, Montana, because I had somebody ask me this morning. I checked my comments. Somebody wanted Montana, said no one ever talks about Montana. So I'm going to do Montana. I've got New Jersey and I've got Detroit. The name of this article is New Listings Post Biggest Increase of the Year While Home Buying Demand Declines, Leading to a Big Pool of Supply. New listings of U.S. homes for sale rose 7.9% from a year earlier during the 4 weeks ending February 2nd, the biggest increase since the end of last year. New listings always increase in the spring, but it is an encouraging sign that at least they're not falling. I mean, lately they've been falling, so it's good to see new listings start to add to the supply. Need more supply, folks. Got to have more supply to stabilize prices. If you're hoping for a housing crash, we got to have a ton of supply. On the buying side, pending sales have improved marginally. Have they? Not really. From last month, but they're still down 8.1% year over year. It's a similar story at the early stages of the home buying process. Redfin's Home Buyer Demand Index, a seasonally adjusted measure of tours and other buying services from Redfin agents, that ticked up slightly from a week before, but remains near its lowest level since last spring. They have their own way of calculating buying demand using this home buyer index. Basically, they're saying it's in the toilet. The uptick in new listings and lack of sales is contributing to a growing pool of supply for home buyers to choose from. No doubt, supply is growing. That's a good thing if you want to buy a home in 2025. Now, they go on to talk about there's several reasons why buyers are holding off and not buying right now. I'm sure you know. Comment below. Tell me why you think buyers are not out there in droves right now. Could it be 1, lack of inventory that's actually good on the market? Number 2, high housing costs, prices of homes, you'll see that in a minute, haven't crashed at all. And number 3, interest rates, right? I guess number 4, insurance and taxes. Number 5, inflation in general and cost of living. All those, I think, contribute to the fact, hey, buyers aren't running out and killing themselves to buy houses right now, at least most buyers. So Redfin includes other reasons why buyers are actually sitting on the sidelines. They talk about the cold weather and uncertain federal economic policy. The one thing I can't stand when I hear YouTubers that the term they use is, hey, don't buy right now, hold off because there's dust in the air. You wait till the dust settles, then you should buy. Let me ask you a question. When's the last time there was no dust in the air and nothing going on with the country, the economy, or your life? If you wait for that, you'll never buy. All right, I'm sorry to interrupt my awesome video, but do me a favor, help out the housing nerd. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it, and comment. I want to know what's happening in your housing market. Okay, back to my video. So now we go to the national leading indicators. This is for home buying demand and activity. And so average 30-year fixed mortgage rate, 6.99%. That's as of February 5th. Says first dip below 7% since mid-December, down from 7.26. 3 weeks earlier, year over year, about the same as it was this time last year. Yeah, rates have dropped slightly. Got a couple buyers I'm working with that were quoted like 7.2 a few weeks ago. Now they're getting quoted 6.99. Mortgage purchase applications. How many people are actually applying for mortgages? This is a great indicator of demand. It's down 4% from a week earlier. So compared to last week, 4% fewer people applying for mortgages, but it's essentially unchanged from last year. All right, now they talk about touring activity, how many people are actually out there seeing a house, up 13% from the start of the year. Now we go into national prices and inventory levels, kind of gives us an idea of the supply and demand overall and how home prices are trending nationally. Remember, this is nationally using the top 400 metros. Not every single metro is counted, and it's not at a local level. We're going to do that at the end of this video. So median sale price, you can see nationally, 376,750. That's up 4.6% year over year. Remember, median's in the middle, folks, not an average. Average is different. Median is the house in the middle. So if I have 100 houses that I'm selling, number 50 right there in the middle, that's the one I'm looking at. Median monthly mortgage payment in the U.S. right now, $2,784. That's at a 6.95% rate. That's up 8.3% more than last year. So even though rates are essentially unchanged, the payment is higher. Why? Because the prices are higher. That's why. So when you talk about the median monthly mortgage payment, if you have 100 buyers, the one that's buying in the middle, the middle buyer, that one, it's $2,784 a month. Active listings, how many homes are actually for sale on the market available? 897,798. That's up 12.5%, but it's the smallest increase in nearly a year. But we came from the basement like a couple years ago. This number was like 600,000. So hardly any homes for sale. So just because we're up 12.5%, need a lot more inventory than that to actually, cause some kind of chaos with prices. Although increased inventory is a good thing. I even like it as a seller because it helps me comp houses a lot easier when there's more that are actually churning and selling. You could dial in a comparable sale like that versus, there's one over here and then one 3 miles away. Let me figure out where the comp is. All right, share of homes off the market in 2 weeks or less, 29%. That's down from 32 days. So homes are certainly sitting longer. Median days on market, 55. That's up 6 days to the longest span in nearly 5 years. Homes are definitely sitting longer. Average sale to list price ratio, 98%. That's down from 98.1%. So buyers are getting about a 2% discount on average. And that's the biggest discount we've seen in a while. So this means that buyers are probably making, some of them anyway, are making disrespectful offers, meaning the house is listed at, let's say, 400 grand. They come in with an offer at $350,000 and makes the seller go, yikes, that's low. But if there's less buying demand, less home tours, less activity in the market, that seller may think, you know what? I wanted 400 grand, may have priced it a little high. 350 isn't really ideal, but I do want to sell and cash out. So I'll go ahead and take that offer, or they negotiate a little, meet in the middle somewhere. But in any case, buyers are getting somewhat of a discount. I'm seeing that in my market. I'm seeing areas where, in some houses where there are no discounts, but I am seeing some discounts being had by buyers. That's a good. So comment below. Do you see a lot of buyers getting discounts in your market? Have you bought a house recently or know someone who got a discount off a listing price because of negotiations? All right, now they give us metro level highlights, but we're going to skip that till the end of the Redfin article because then we'll dive deep into metro areas after that. Now let's go through some of these charts. This represents the data we just reviewed, but it's good to look at it in graph form too, I think. So median sale price right now, $376,000. That's up 4.6% year over year. Certainly up. Will it go over 2024? I mean, 2024's peak was here just shy of 400 grand. I don't know, but it is going to definitely have to climb this spring. Comment below. Do you think the median sale price will eclipse and be more than the selling season, the summer of 2024? Do you think it'll be lower, or do you think we'll drop? A lot of people think we'll crash. I don't know. We'll see. But last year it ended higher than the year before. The year before that ended higher than the year before that. So we've certainly been on an uptrend. Every year people say the housing market's going to crash. I've even heard fools actually say in the next few months, you're going to see home prices plummet. Why would you say that? That's insane. No one knows what's going to happen with home prices, really. You can look at some indicators, but to put yourself out there and make yourself look like a fool 4 weeks later or 4 months later when the housing market hasn't crashed makes no sense to me. I'm not going to tell you it's going to crash. I'm not going to tell you it's going to keep going up. All we can do is look at the data and play the hand we're dealt. All right, median asking price is how much people are actually asking for a home. But a lot of folks have thought this would crash. I know several people on YouTube who have said, watch median asking price. That's crashing right now. Well, I'm looking for that. I don't see it. People continue to ask more and more for their homes. A lot of people think their home is worth more than their neighbor's house. Everyone thinks their house is worth more than it actually is. It's just, I guess, pride of ownership. Home buyer housing payments, 8.3% up year over year. I mean, look at this. Back in the day in 2022, before rates went parabolic, look at that, about $1,800. Now it's almost $1,000 higher. Yikes. All right, pending sales down 8% year over year. So while it is going up, we have 8% fewer transactions happening basically than we did this time last year. I mean, if you're in the business like me, you certainly feel it. Most realtors, mortgage loan loan officers, title agencies, even real estate photography companies, home inspectors, they're probably all feeling the crunch of lower pending sales. But the weird thing is, for me, I'm busier than I ever have been. I have more deals right now, more listings and buyers than I ever have. Agents are quitting the business. Maybe a lot of my fellow colleagues are like, you know what? I'm done with real estate. I'm out of here, because being an agent's expensive. I just paid my dues for the year. They were like $2,000. So it's $2,000 you got to pay to have access to the MLS and be a member of the local board of realtors. A lot of part-time realtors are leaving the business, I think. Maybe that's where I'm scooping up the business. But either way, I'm busy and it's not slow for me at all. Active listings of homes for sale. Look at this. It's kind of stagnated now. It's up to 12% year over year, 12.5%. It is a 4-year high, but it's not like skyrocketing upwards. So unless we have a surge, a massive surge in new listings. I'm not talking 79,000, 89,000 new listings. I'm talking like 150,000 new listings. I wouldn't look for this number to drastically increase anytime soon, unless buying demand gets a lot worse. Is that possible? It's definitely possible. Homes sold in a median of 55 days. So they're taking longer to sell. It's a 4-year high. If you're a seller, realize your house just may sit longer on the market than you probably suspected. I mean, we all came from this, rosy seller's market, if you are a seller, of, houses selling in 2 days and with 20 offers. Now, much different. Set your expectation correctly. It's moving towards a more normal market. And if you're a buyer, good news, you probably have longer to make a decision. That house that you just saw, maybe it's going to be there next week instead of being snatched this afternoon, hours after being listed. That type of market, just not healthy. Comment below. Are you seeing more homes sit longer in your market? I want to know. Put down your market and what you're seeing. Here's that 21% of homes selling above final list price. That's actually higher than 2023, unbelievably. So there are still homes selling more than what they're actually listed for, even though on average, you can see on this stat right here, homes are selling for 98% of the final list price. On average, homes are getting a discount, but also if you look at all the transactions, 21% of all the transactions are above list price. A little confusing, but no doubt both numbers are coming down. All right, so now we're going to dive into the metros. And this is my favorite part of the video because I actually get to look at local markets that you request me to analyze. So we're going to start with Columbus and the Ohio market because that's where I live. I live in Central Ohio, so we'll do Ohio. Now, this link is in my description below as well. You can come here and you can look at the city, or you can look at the county level. So either one, depending on, how you want to look at it. Some counties are better to look at. I look at new listings, look at active listings. I look at days on market, how long homes are sitting on the market. I look at pending sales, and I look at median sale price. A lot of data to get to. Let's get started. So the first one is Columbus, Ohio. So here you just type in Columbus and it shows us what's happening with new listings. So look at this, new listings up 4.5%. That's climbing in Columbus. Like nationally, we're seeing more new listings right now versus last year. That's good. We need more new listings. Thank goodness. Active listings. How many homes are on the market in Columbus? This is starting to kind of go sideways. Could it go up a lot more? We'll see, but now it's up 11% year over year. Not fantastic, but I'll take what I can get. All right, pending sales, homes going into contract in Columbus. It looks like that's down 3.5%. I would suspect as more new listings hit the market, as more active inventory hits the market, you're probably going to see pending sales pick up. Now, the key is, will they eclipse the new listings? If they do, inventory will drop. If they don't, inventory will keep rising. And all that wrapped up into a ball drives prices. It's kind of how it works. The median days on market in Columbus is 59, almost 60 days. So it's taking 60 days for a house to actually sell in Columbus, Ohio. Nuts. I mean, that's a 4-year high. There's no doubt about it. So homes are definitely sitting longer than they have the last 4 years in the Buckeye State in Columbus. All right, now we're looking at median sale price. How's that doing? Median sale price. Look at this. It's headed down. $317,000, up only 2% year over year under inflation. So like you can see, like we peaked back last year, $353,000. We ended the year at $328,000. At some point, you've reached a max price for the area. All right, now we're going to do Cleveland. So let me go back to new listings. Look at the new listings. Finally see some new listing growth in Cleveland. Well, still down 2.8%, but at least it's going up, I guess, for new listings. But Cleveland inventory is horrible. It's one of the few metros I keep seeing where active listings and new listings have been trending lower and lower, not higher. Now let's look at median days on market in Cleveland is down 1.2 days. It's actually 39 days. So a lot less time than than Columbus for days on market, and it's down. It's taking less time to sell a home in Cleveland. Maybe because of their sale price, because look at their actual median sale price. In Cleveland, it's $204,000. That's up 8% year over year, but the median price is only $204,000. Columbus is, 17,000, whatever it was. It peaked at 354 in Columbus. Where did Cleveland peak? 247. That was, summer last year, and ended the year at $229,000. So there are still places in the U.S. where they have a pro football team, if you want to call it that, and home prices are near 200 grand for the median house price. It's crazy. All right, now we're going to go to Cincinnati and do that one. Come on, Jay, spell it right. All right, Cincinnati, the nasty natty. What do we got? Down 4.7% with new listings. So active listings in Cincinnati, we've got almost 40% more active listings than we did this time last year. Crazy, right? Like, it's a 4-year high in active listings. Even though new listings haven't been skyrocketing, we have a ton of active listings compared to last year. I wonder if they're good houses you can actually buy, or they're just like wish pricing. What's pending sales doing? Pending sales is down 6.4% year over year. Median sale price in Cincinnati, look at this, refuses to move, really, $281,000, up 11% year over year. It peaked in Cincinnati at $307,000 bid last year in May, and ended the year at $285,000. But now I've got a bonus for you in Ohio. I've got Toledo. It's kind of that northwest corner of the Buckeye State. I had somebody ask me for Toledo, so we're going to do Toledo. All right, look at Toledo new listings, down 17%. Yikes. That's crazy. Like, nobody's listing their home for sale there. That's nuts. All right, let's do active listings in Toledo, see where we are. Get active listings. Hard to kind of see. Is it right there? I'll remove. Sometimes you have to remove like 2023 and 22 to kind of get a clearer picture. Yeah, look at that. Active listings down 3.86%. So whoever asked for Toledo, I'm curious if you're seeing this. It just shows there are fewer new listings and fewer active listings. Not every housing market's the same, folks. You can see that right here. Plain as day. All right, let's look at pending sales, down 4.8%. Probably because, again, prices are high, interest rates are high, cost of living is high, but, overall in the U.S. with inflation. But like in Toledo, it could be also there's just no new listings, no active inventory. So buyers are like, hey, man, maybe I'll go out and look for a house when I see something intriguing or something I want. But right now, everything I'm seeing is like stale on the market, like it's sitting there and just, rotting. Houses nobody wants, been listed for 300 days, stuff like that. I'm sure you see that in your area. Everybody does. Let's look at how long homes are sitting on the market. Median days on market, 53 days. Okay, that's median days on market in Toledo. Now let's do median sale price in Toledo. What do we got? 181 grand. I mean, that's when it comes to like the median price in the US is 370 something. This is 181. You can see why there's fewer active listings, up 12% year over year for the median sales price. So prices haven't crashed. They peaked in Toledo, it looks like last year in July, 223,000, up 21% at that point year over year. They actually ended the year at 188,000, up 10%. So the crash hasn't happened in Ohio as far as prices go. It's clear as day. You can see that. You know what? We're going to go to Detroit because it's kind of right in the same market as Toledo. New listings in Detroit, D-Town, down 13.9%, call it 14%. No new listings, just like Toledo. It's nuts. Active listings now in Detroit, up 1.4%. Nothing to speak of, really. Not a lot of great inventory either, I would imagine. But if you ask for Detroit on my channel, comment below. I want to know if that, in fact, is happening. You're seeing just not a lot of listings out there. Now let's look at pending sales. How many homes are going into contract? Down 12%, round up, call it 13%. Market's frozen. Nobody buying. Nobody's selling. Really frozen in Detroit. Now, it is super cold there in Michigan this time of year, but they're used to that. So I wouldn't think that has a huge impact on the housing market there. Now let's look at days on market, how long homes are sitting on the market. Look at this. Yeah, 39.8. This metric drives supply as well, the months of supply. People will look at months of supply and go, look at that. It's going up, housing market crashing. Not true. Why? Because there's nothing on the market to buy. Nobody's buying. Nobody's selling. So the houses that are on the market, a lot of times aren't desirable. They sit, like in Detroit, up 5.5 days year over year. Now 40 days on the market. It's just a bad market there overall. Not good for sellers, not good for buyers. All right, let's do median sale price in Detroit. What do we got? 4% up year over year, $172,000. It's actually cheaper than Toledo from a median price standpoint. Comment below and tell me if that's true. If you asked for that or you live in that area, I want to know, is it cheaper to live in Detroit? I didn't know that. Maybe it is. Okay. Next market is Nashville. Somebody asked for Nashville. All right. New listings. Look at Nashville, completely different. Ohio had this, flavor going on, low new listings, low active listings, pending sales, pretty much in the toilet, median sale price kind of holding steady or going up. Look at new listings in Nashville, though, up 18%, 19%. That's a lot. That's a big explosion of new listings, no doubt. So now let's look at active listings in Nashville, up 10% year over year. It's kind of leveling off, though. So how are pending sales doing? Let's look. Okay, pending sales down 4.4% year over year, but it is going up. So maybe there's enough pending sales out there and buyer activity to kind of eat up some of those new listings. But if new listings continue to go up double digits like that, you would have to think, unless pending sales pick up, that inventory will increase. Now, how long houses are sitting on the market in Nashville? Median days on market in Nashville. Look at that. 80. Wow, man. Up 10 days year over year. Homes are definitely sitting longer in Nashville. Again, some of this could be wish pricing or really expensive homes. Some of the biggest homes I've seen in my life are in Nashville. Like, I thought some of the biggest ones were in Texas, but Nashville has it beat. I mean, some of the houses out there are really expensive and really big. And let's face it, with 7% interest rates, who wants to buy $1.5 million home right now? So that may be what's happening. A lot of dead inventory, just kind of collecting dust, wish pricing, like, hey, I'll sell if I get this price. If I don't, I'm not going to sell. No big deal. I'm seeing that a lot in Central Ohio. Now let's look at median sale price in Nashville. Yeah, look at that. 448 grand in Nashville. So it's headed down. It's still higher than last year, but it's threatening to have a decrease from last year. But I certainly wouldn't call it a crash yet. All right, now is Nashville. Now we're going to do Chicago, Illinois. What we got? New listings in Chicago, down 11% year over year. I just watched a video on another channel where they mentioned the Chicago market's still very competitive with multiple offers when there's a good house for sale. So I don't doubt that, with new listings down 11.3%. Now let's look at active listings, see how those are doing. Look at that. Wow. Folks, if you watch my information, you watch my videos, you'll be more clued into what's happening with the housing market in reality. And so you have areas like Nashville, even Columbus, where inventory is increasing, but then you've got an area like Chicago where inventory is decreasing. Look at that, down 11%. So no wonder there's bidding wars in Chicago. It's crazy. Nobody's listing their home. Active inventory's down. How are pending sales? They are down 0.4%. Certainly not down like 8% like it is nationally, but basically flat from last year. So when you have flat pending sales, but new inventory and active inventory is down, you're going to have higher prices, generally speaking, or sticky prices. So how's the sale price? Yeah, look at this. Up 7% year over year in Chicago. Median sale price, 338 grand. If you were the one that requested Chicago, let me know, is this accurate? Is this what you're seeing in the Chicago market? I'd love to know. Let's look at days on market. I forgot to do that. Median days on market for Chicago, only up 3.5 days, 70 days total. My suspicion is, again, the inventory we are seeing on the market is rotting because it's not desirable, price too high, not in the right area, needs a ton of work, bad foundation, bad roof. People don't, cost of money's high right now. Hey, so if you're the one that asked for Montana, here's your moment to shine. You made a comment and said, no one ever talks about Montana. So I wanted to dive into it because every housing market's important. Obviously, there's a lot. I can't get to them all, but I saw that comment and was like, you know what? Got to do Montana. I've never looked at it, so should be interesting. New listings in Missoula, Montana. Let's see. Am I saying that right? I think I am. Flat in new listings year over year basically means not a lot of inventory compared to last year. What's really interesting about new listings in Missoula is look at how it climbs just at the same time about every year and then tracks down every year the same way. Much different than other markets. There aren't a lot of new listings, though. This shows only 17 hitting the market in 4 weeks. That's not a lot at all, but the market probably isn't a huge housing market. That's okay. We can still look at the data. Look at active listings, up 27% year over year. So there are more active listings than last year. Certainly not a ton of new listings, though, compared to last year. So will we keep building inventory? Well, if you see lower pending sales, you may. So pending sales are basically flat from last year. And then let's do median days on market, how long homes are sitting. Median days on market, 99. Wow, that's a long time. I don't know if that's normal or not, but maybe probably not. Let's look at 22 and 23. It's a 4-year high in Montana, Missoula, Montana. Homes are sitting a while. They just are. Must be homes people don't want, maybe. But comment and tell me. I will say the person that requested this morning, I was reading their comment and they said homes are insanely expensive And they actually mentioned they were pressured from their realtor into buying, but they decided, you know what? It's not the right time to buy for us. Okay, that was median days on market. Now let's look at median sale price in Missoula. Where are we at? Look at 578 grand for a median sale price in Missoula, Montana. What? I mean, Montana is a beautiful state. I've been there several times, but man, like that's down 13% year over year, but it's jagged up and down the whole year. So I'd imagine that sale price fluctuates a lot. They peaked last year. You ready for this? $720,000. Now, I will say with fewer transactions because a low number of houses on the market, you're going to have big swings up and down in median sale price. So they peaked at 720 grand. They ended at 594 grand. I can understand why you're hesitant. That's not a small investment whatsoever. So my heart goes out to you if you're in Montana. You made that comment. Thank you for doing that, by the way. And wow, it always opens my eyes when I look at these other markets. All right, next is Bergen County, New Jersey. Did I say that right? I probably didn't. But we'll go to the county look here on the right. You can drop it down and look at county. New listings in Bergen County, New Jersey. What do we got? Down 7.5%. Okay, so new listings, not great. Active listings, down 7%. Not going to have a price crash when active listings are so poor. All right, now let's look at pending sales. What do we got? Pending sales in New Jersey, actually up 18%. Okay, so that's definitely a different market. Pending sales here are up significantly compared to last year, whereas pending sales everywhere else, including nationally, down. So then let's look at days on market. Median days on market is up to 83.8 days. That's down. That's actually up 6 days year over year. So homes are sitting longer, right? But pending sales are up, even though active listings are so poor. So let's look at median sale price. Where are we? Whoa, man, look at that. Pay attention, folks. Up 19%. I mean, if you're a first-time home buyer in this market, I really feel for you. Like has to be like zero options out there. 19% higher than last year in median sale price. I mean, it almost looks like this is like a mistake on the chart, right? So what does all this mean if you're looking to buy or sell a home in 2025? Don't just use metro level data and certainly don't use national data. You want to pull data based on your specific buy box. A buy box is just the type of property that either you're selling or that you're buying. So if you're buying a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house that's 1,500 square feet, don't look at houses that are 2,500 square feet. It wouldn't make any sense for you. So figure out exactly what you're buying or selling, get clear on that, understand the area you're buying or selling in, and then get that data. And you can get the data sometimes through Zillow, depending on your market. You can get to the county auditor. And a lot of times you can work with a realtor to get the data. A good realtor is going to be able to provide you a market analysis of the info you want. And they're going to be able to do it for you with no strings attached. Hey, I'm happy to provide this data for you because it's part of my job. It's what I like to do. At least that's how I operate. Other realtors may do things different, but find a realtor that's going to help you understand the data first without any pressure, without any nuance of better buy now. Otherwise, you're going to suffer. Marry the house, date the rate. If you hear that stuff, run away because it comes down to your decision. If you just want data, ask for it. Then use that data and track it on a daily or weekly basis, depending on how quickly you want to buy or sell, and understand, hey, this is the trend in my market. This is what is happening. And logically look, is inventory increasing or decreasing? Are days on market increasing or decreasing? Are we adding more new listings or less new listings? Are homes coming off the market quicker than last year? Or are they sitting longer? Once you start tracking it for an extended period of time, sometimes it could take 90 days. Sometimes you can get the data in 60 days. A trend will reveal itself in 60 days. Look at the trend, and then you'll be able to understand how to move forward. But at the end of the day, selling or buying a home is your individual decision and nobody else's. Another part of this housing dynamic is foreclosures. A lot of people want to know, are foreclosures rising or not? What's going on with foreclosures? Lucky for you, I made a video about it and you can check it out right here.